So you want to get interactive? 0560 800,000 is the number for our WhatsApp platform. And if you go to Facebook also, we've posted a number of things there about, for example, the Perisi MA school, which is in Dire Straits, would need a lot of assistance from all of us, indeed.
Okay.
If
somebody's giving me a lot of information.
You say?
Somebody's giving me a lot of information on WhatsApp.
They should.
Because I was asking which constituency. This message says Perisi is under Wa Central Constituency.
Hey.
Honorable Rashid Pelpo's constituency, and the MCE is Honorable Isahakunuhu Putiaha from Hadi in Wa. And he says Perisi is 3 kilometers from Wa. It's a shame on the part of our leaders. I'm sad this morning.
If you have the number of the DC, please give it to us.
And then he says there are many situations like this in the Upper West. Hadi from Wa sending that message. I'll tell you what, that particular story has generated a lot of comments. This one says that is a true state of the nation, and that report by Rafiq Salam, Mr. President. Okay, Sam Wuni meet in Tamale, sending me that message. This one says, oh, so wonders, Mahama they do. That was one of the creative songs that came out of Parliament yesterday. They have the right to sing the song, sing that song in Parliament yesterday because their pocket are always full, whilst other workers are suffering. God is watching. It's from Ayegogi Stephen in Chiana, sending me that WhatsApp message. This one says, the beginning of, okay, where is your message? The beginning of the teacher's plight is demonstrated above. If these innocent school pupils who have not yet demanded any arrears from the government should be treated with this high sense of sincerity, then their teachers will be, That's by Adam Fatao. Wallency sending me the message. 2 more messages and then we'll get on to the newspapers. This one says, if the government must do something about the schools without furniture, okay, so you're saying that the government must do something about the schools without furniture, because what happens at Perisi is also in Pusiga, you say. And this last one, then Roland will start the newspapers. Says, good morning, Mama. The people of Upper West have been taken for granted by this government. This is the region that gave the NDC government all the seats in Parliament, and yet students have to write on the floor. It's a shame. Abdul Martin in Wa sending me that message. Roland, let's get on to the newspapers.
Okay, so you get a copy of the Ghanaian Times, has a story. President gives account to nation. We're on path of progress. He's been quoted here saying Minority says address was a propaganda exercise and Integrity Awards to check corruption. But you get to the back page also. We have new airport terminal project to begin March. Women cocoa farmers discuss rights. MMT gives support to crash victims. But I want us to look at this on, I believe, the features page. That's for page 8 to 9. You have this very interesting feature. Okay. Interesting feature on by one Colonel Yao Boafo Mensah retired, and it talks about exploitation of Ghanaians by cellular communication providers, and it gives you benchmarks and scenarios from other countries like the US, etc., and even in the sub-region, and why he thinks Ghanaians are not better off. I love this article. I'll read it fully.
Sometimes it's the landlords who are greedy. Yeah. I mean, they take all these monies from the telcos and they allow them to put up masts in their homes, forgetting that there will be effects from that erection of that mast right in front of their home where they live.
You see?
Yeah.
You have one on your home?
Money, money, money. No, I would not allow it, not for all the dollars in this world.
Good.
Let's do the weekend finder newspaper. Front page, we is legal in Ghana, but there's dot right there. Full stories on page 2. ACG gets tough on house wiring. Let's get on to the we subjects. This is a debate that we should start having serious conversations on. Kofi Annan recently brought it up again. The recent upsurge in the production of cannabis, popularly known as weed and classified as a narcotic substance in Ghana, has stoked the legal debate on where national discourse on the matter should begin. So as per the laws of the country, weed is not legal, but wait a minute, there are conditions to its possession and use. So If for any reason you want to use, cultivate, import, and export the substance, first get approval from the Ministry of Health, and you're good to go. This will be interesting if we decide to raise it on my banner. It will be interesting, and I'll keep this copy. A piece put together by Daniel Nono in the Finder newspaper, the Weekend Finder. It will be interesting. If you have time, you can grab the paper and read the details of the story. Let me get onto the ECG story, which is on page 9 in the paper. Just a little bit for you, so we can get a better understanding. It says that effective March 1, 2016, the Electricity Company of Ghana will no longer accept applications for connection to homes which have not been wired by certified electrical wiring professional. The homeowner would be required to engage a certified electrical wiring professional to do a test on their facility before it would be connected. I think they are like proper people who have been certified. No, not necessarily. But I tell you what, this thing will come and pass. Is this not Ghana where we do?
Ghana we day.
Yeah, Ghana where we do. Where they say,
Ghana
even the meter, you don't even have to pay for it. You pay some small money, but how much do people pay? Like 500 and 1,000 and stuff like that.
Ghana we day.
Yeah, Charlie, ECG, are you not in Ghana?
We wish it. Anyway, on the front page of the Daily Guide has a story. Mahama shows off. MPP gives red card also. You have inserted pictures of President John Dramani Mahama delivering his address. Over nearly 4 hours of address. President Moiga stamina. Stand, drink water, stand, drink water, stand, drink water. Tell us economy, transport, things. Stand. Chief Justice Georgina Wood also there. It will give him no free complaint. But don't worry. Fonka meets Ekufuado, and then also you have all the best petroleum price indicators or some sort of education from the MP on the front page of the Daily Guide. They do that always, and I have to say they do well. Though Mahama shows off with beneficiaries. That's the lead story.
That was an innovation.
Yeah.
Me, I know.
It says all of you, the beneficiaries, please get
Roland up. Walker. Show your face, man. Get up. Let me read your profile.
And then also, Mama Vio Usu Abwaje.
With my voice. Roll call.
Nana do danko for the beneficiary of good atmosphere.
But I just want to ask you, this one is a very innocent question. If you disagree with me, say you disagree with me. If you bash me, I don't care. Whose monies and taxes did we use in executing those projects that we have people being profiled for? It's just a question. Let me do the Daily Graphic newspaper. The first gentleman of the land, that's the president.
Have you done the Daily
front? No, okay. I haven't. The front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Economy on strong footing, it says, through my government's policies, programs, according to the president, John Dramani Mahama. Also, president failed to paint true picture of the economy. That's what the minority is saying. And government committed to printing all textbooks locally. One of the things, among many others, that the president said on the floor of Parliament yesterday. Back page, Ghana to become energy hub in sub-region, according to the president. Okay, so the Daily Graphic has got highlights of everything that happened yesterday in Parliament. You can grab the paper and read. I see people sending WhatsApp messages because of what I said. Keep them coming through. I decide to read or not. Roland.
Yes. So now, let's look at it. Front page of the Daily Dispatch, we have two factions. I focus confessions on MPP. I have knocked out Dumso and those stories. Generator.
I have knocked out Dumso.
I never seen people. Uncle Ben, I have to see you today. I have knocked out Dumso. Is it generator? Is it Honda or Yamaha?
What is a generator representing?
I don't know, just insert a picture. I find it quite funny.
Okay, let me do the.
Have you done the Daily Graphic?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Are you okay this morning?
Yes, I am.
Should I give
it's just that it was beneath the paper.
Should I give you some Ivorian coffee today?
No. No, I think.
Okay, so do the BNFT.
Ivorian cocoa will be fine. Cocoa drink. Front page of the BNFT has a State of the Nation the economy escapes president's mind. Okay, yeah, I guess if you do an aggregation of everything he said, it could also have a lot more impacts on the economy or how the economy is. If you're talking mainstream economic indicators, yes, I mean, perhaps that's it. Revive agriculture to salvage economy from collapse, and that's Ken Thompson. I believe that also, because it's still the largest employer of people, many people in communities. Mahama charts BOG or microfinance burst. And then we have a GIFEC to construct 80 rural telephony sites. And CFAO introduced Toyota forklifts, and producer inflation surges in January. Okay. So those are the stories we have on front back pages of the paper. But by way of business also, we have to announce that ADB has announced extension of his IPO offer. And we know that's in business.
Right, people are not interested. People didn't.
Charlie, we have to ask them. Going to the 24th of March. So from now to, we're telling you this business story because it's important.
Really?
It's a Ghanaian-owned bank. Look, government, fool.
They bought space in the newspaper. They paid for it for the advertisement.
Oh,
we're not
so?
repeating that on our show.
Oh, okay.
So move on.
Oh, Sawara. All right. You have something you want us to know?
Yes, I do. I've got lots of messages.
Piracy.
On everything, everything really. It's been a while since we heard from our friend Michael Amening in the UK, who stopped writing teasers, but he definitely has a say on the state of the nation. He says the state of the nation's address by President Mahama was about propaganda and lies. President Mahama sworn an oath to protect all Ghanaians, and all the power of the state is entrusted in the hands of him to superintend all the state's institutions. And if Bank of Ghana failed to carry out their supervisory effectively in protecting these poor DKM customers, President Mahama is to be blamed for. Okay, so you're putting all the blame on the president. I get you, Michael Amenin. You are not an NDC person. I see from your messages. I get it. This one says, for us, we need our money. For the State of the Nation address, God is watching and will judge us accordingly. From Roxane Bukari in Yendi, sending that message. And this one says, good morning, Mama V and Roland, for bringing us this report on piracy. And I think it's high time we start naming and shaming the MPs, MCs, and regional ministers. They should be responsible. Isaac from Tamale. We have a very good relationship with the Honorable Rashid Pelpo. We'll get him here one-on-one and, start asking some questions and find out what he's doing on the ground. But let's get into the news portals. We start with our own myjoyonline.com. Fulani needs to petition Mahama UN over injustice.
Why do we always bring
AM News?
The Fulani? They don't always dress like this.
Well, I think
these are the typical nomads in the desert area.
Yeah.
They will be dressing like this.
Okay.
But those around here, they don't dress like this.
We'll prompt myjoyonline.com then. Let's get to the next headline. Rwanda inspiration from the country of 1,000 hills. I think it's inspiration from Rwanda, I guess, but that's an opinion you can read if you're interested. Abu Ramadan resurrects suit against EC over voters register. So Abu Ramadan and one Evans Nimakon have revived a suit against the Electoral Commission at the Supreme Court, seeking a declaration the current electoral roll is not credible. State of the Nation 2016. Political parties descend on Mahama. You can read the various opinions that are coming through. Our next story. Mahama touts progress and fight against corruption. That's also coming out of the State of the Nation address. Different angles when you click on myjoyonline.com. We have made cocoa farming attractive. One of the things the president said yesterday. Maybe we should move on to another news portal then. Okay, Kenyans are experienced thieves. Uhuru Kenyatta. And I think I want to stay with this subject. Fred, please come back to the 7 and kindly click on the story. I'll go to City FM online and then I'll come back to this. Hopefully it would have loaded by then. Let's do another page. Otherwise, we'll do the BBC. Okay. Oh, so the story is open. Let's stay with this subject. It's generating a lot of comments. Kenyans are experienced in stealing and perpetuating other crimes, the president has said during a state visit to Israel. Uhuru Kenyatta added that Kenya was 20 times more wonderful than Israel, but all we ever do is complain. Kenyans were also abusers and promoted tribalism, he said in an address to Kenyans living in Israel. Mr. Kenyatta has been accused of failing to do enough to curb corruption and of stirring up ethnic violence. His comments were seen as an attempt to encourage Kenyans to develop their country like Israel, says the BBC's reporter from Nairobi. But I think this is the bit that, because the president of Kenya himself says that Kenyans are, these are his words, experienced in stealing and perpetuating other crimes. A lot of people would say he said it as it is, but not all African leaders would talk like this. But that's Uhuru Kenyatta for you. Okay, that will be it for the news portals. We've picked the story from the BBC already. Okay, let's see. Kindly go up. I think there's a headline here. Kenyans labeled thieves by president. That's the same story I read to you a while ago. It's on the BBC Africa page, also on myjoyonline.com. And you can hit on the news portals and read any story that you want to get details of. But let me read a couple of your messages on our WhatsApp page, which is 0560 800,000. You're watching the AM show here on Joy News. This one says it's very shameful to have this kind of situation in our education systems in the Upper West. The leaders must be ashamed of themselves. That's from Albert in Roland's Ashaman, sending us the message. This one says, hello Roland and Nomavi. There's nothing that the president will do, and opposing people will see anything good anyway. Roland, I like your shirts. And it's from Andy from Bremen Esikoman. Yeah. This one says, tell the president, okay, Nuruddin in Salaga says, tell the president that everyone shall be judged accordingly. Don't know where you're driving at or where it's leading us to. Ryan in Atebubu, I acknowledge your message. Thank you very much for being there. This one says, they are enjoying, when they sing so... You have a comment on the singing in Parliament, but I don't get it, so I can't read it to make a better understanding of it. This one says, I was extremely disgusted at some of the unfortunate comments made by some people about the president after the address. It is regrettable that some people have become so intolerant in our political discourse to the extent that they shamelessly and ignorantly rant insults at the presidents of the nation. The earlier we stopped this childish behavior, the better, fellow Ghanaians. And that's from Stan sending us a WhatsApp message. This one on Peresa MA Basic School. You say the case is equally an evidence-based of the President's State of the Nation yesterday. I feel so much disappointed in the presidents. And it's from Askia Mohammed in Obuase. Your message is pretty long, but we get the sense of it. Thank you very much for all the messages that you keep sending. We'll come back and share a lot more with you here on the show. We've got a message from Richard from Agbozoma. We acknowledge your message to us. Thank you. Roland Walker, we have Sport up next.
And again, we just have to remind you that we'll be having discussions on the subject of the FIFA. Oh, you too. Federation of Italian Football Associations, FIFA. Okay, FIFA elections that will be taking place within the next...
in Zurich.
Yes, so please... we'll be having George Adu Jr. in the studio. We'll be having some enlightened discussions on the subject as well. What really beats your mind as far as the FIFA election is, particularly looking at all the things that have happened to Sepp Blatter, Jerome Valcke, and all the other officials of FIFA up to now?
Honestly, I didn't think that in my lifetime I would see this happen to Sepp Blatter, at least in my young, But it just tells you that nothing you do is permanent, really.
Yeah. It's just about also a refrain I keep telling myself every day: nothing lasts forever.
Yeah,
nothing ever lasts forever.
It's true.
Nothing.
And I think one thing that is really important to every human being is your family. The positions, the shows, the people you meet outside, they're all just like shows.
Yeah.
But in the end, for somebody like Sepp Blatter, after doing this for 17 years, what is most important to him now is his family.
And we should also say that he'd been in FIFA for over 35 years before even ascending to that very position.
Presidency. Yeah. Amazing. But he's a good man. Me, I like him.
Yeah,
I think Africa still likes him.
Yeah, I like him because he revolutionized the sport.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would still have been a European kind of South American sport.
Yeah.
For which interest groups in Africa wouldn't still have had a stake in the world game.
It's true, I agree.
He's been able to, for all means and purposes, been able to bring the game a lot more closer to the African child than many would have seen, or even to the Asians, like places in Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, etc., or Laos, or Myanmar, or, you know.
Yeah.
So it's to me, yes, but of course, if somebody is occupying a certain position, doesn't do things due diligently, then they have to just.
It will come back and it will come back and haunt you. It will get you definitely. But let's also not take the shine from Manchester United. We're through to the last 16 Champions League. It's Chelsea.
It's Europa League.
In it.
This is
Europa. Well, whatever. Is Chelsea in here? Stay with us. Benedict is up next.